Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
First responders jump into action after a fire rips through a home in Farmington Hills.
We got to save these people. At the end of the day, that was our main goal. Is, we got to get them out. We got to get them out quick.
And that fire happened in the early morning hours of April 1st in the area of 10 Mile Road near Meadow Belt Road.
Last month, we showed you body cam video of 4 officers rushing into that home to rescue 8 people trapped inside. Watch.
Police, come here! Get down on the ground. Crawl here!
Erica Erickson covered this story when it first happened. Tonight, she's talking to 2 of the officers about their heroic behavior. Erica.
Well, as you can see, the home behind me is boarded up now, and thankfully those officers are back to work. But if you use the word hero with them, they say, not so fast. There's another hero in this story. Take a look.
I can see it.
Tell me what you kind of walked up to.
Where are they?
My partner, Turk, me and him decided to go to the back of the house because a family member had told us that there were likely people near the rear of the house trapped inside still.
Advise after you got heavy black smoke.
This was definitely different because you didn't have the gear. So coming in, not being able to breathe, that was definitely a shock.
You already had to crawl. It was so bad.
That's what we did. We ended up going through the back door and crawling.
Where are you? Crawl here.
There was a man that was, it looked like he had been pinned, I think, trying to save a little girl.
Turk, come here. Help me lift the guy.
We both tried for, multiple minutes of spending time in there and going back and forth from taking a breath.
She's wedged. Go outside. Okay.
When I had her in my hands, when she went limp, that's when I was like, we got to get him out of here. Like, I'm just going to pull her. God forbid if a leg break or whatever, we got to save her.
Go, Todd.
That's when Officer Hunt, pulled him all the way, out.
Get her out. Give me her. Give her to me. No, this way. This way.
You act like it was no big deal. You guys were hurt.
Good.
You guys were on ventilators. Let's not
Yeah, that was it.
Crawl. Crawl. Is that the last man?
What would you say for people who call you just everyday heroes?
Honestly, in my head, that little girl, I feel like she was braver than any of us. She was very brave.
Okay, sweetheart.
Well, you heard them. They say the real hero of the story is that little girl. They say they simply relied on their training, and if the same thing happened again tomorrow, they'd respond the same way. The only thing they would change is they would respond faster if they could. Reporting live in Farmington Hills, Erica Erickson, back to you.
Incredible work, just incredible. Okay, Erica, thank you. In more news tonight, a judge has set a new trial date today for Floyd Galloway in the murder of Danielle Stislicki.
Prosecutors say that Stislicki walked out of her Southfield office in December of 2016 and was never seen again, and her body has never been found. Galloway, a security guard who worked with Stislicki in her office, was charged in her murder. Karen Drew has followed this case since Stislicki went missing 8.5 years ago. She was in court today, and so was Danny's family. Karen.
Well, Ty and Kim, I want to share this photo of Danielle Stislicki because that's who the story's about. Many times when we cover crime, we maybe show you the person who's accused of the crime, maybe the courtroom. But I wanted to remind everyone this story is about Danny, the 28-year-old who went missing. And according to witnesses, was last seen with Galloway in her Jeep Renegade as they left her office parking lot back in December of 2016. I was inside court today when Floyd Galloway walked in. Didn't show much emotion or reaction as court proceeded. Today was a pretrial conference. A trial date was set for February 2nd of next year. But that's not all that happened. The defense is trying to get the prosecution removed from the case. I caught up with both sides outside the courtroom.
This is our position, is that the Attorney General's office has been tainted by having access to privileged information that they did not protect and safely secure from the prosecuting team. We want a fair trial.
And you hear a date of February 2026, and I saw your eyes just get so big.
It's just 2026 is just such a long time. She disappeared, and it's been years. It's not even a few years anymore. It's many years. I think we're losing sight of Danielle, the victim in this case, that her life was taken. You know, she hasn't been found, and we still have to sit here.
What runs through your head as you're fighting for some sort of justice?
It's all about time, and I'm happy that at least a date has been set.
Okay, so what's next? June 25th, pretrial, then the trial in February. The fight continues to kick the prosecution team out. Now, once the trial starts, it is expected to last 2 weeks. By the way, I did post a timeline, some other interesting facts on this case on our website at clickondetroit.com. Kimberly, back to you.
An excruciating wait for that family. Karen, thank you. Meantime, a wrongful death lawsuit has been filed by the family of a Lenawee County woman whose husband is accused of killing her.
The lawsuit filed today is a civil suit filed on behalf of the children of Dee Warner. They're seeking upwards of $100 million from Dale since he is the person charged with Dee Warner's death. They say he's had access to her estate prior to his estate being frozen with the filing of this lawsuit. Dee Warner's body was discovered in August of last year. Attorneys believe that money should go to her children.
So we're going to be seeking all the cost and the waste of money. That's going to be part of this. In the wrongful death. Just think about the fact that there was such a long waste of time and money and effort spent on the declaration of death trial. So to the extent that we can get costs and expenses, for sure we will be seeking that.
Attorney Todd Flood went on to say it is possible 2 more people could be added to the civil suit.
Tonight, a warning for those driving on I-75 in northern Oakland County. Take a look at this. We're talking about this stretch from Grand Blanc to Independence Township. That's the stretch. The fire chief says this area should be avoided by people at all costs. Lauren Kostick live tonight with this urgent warning. And Lauren, they say ongoing construction is causing a major public safety crisis. And Lauren, it's putting lives at risk.
Ty, that's right. We're on this stretch of I-75 right now, heading south, and this is what they are talking about. I want you to take a look. You can see we're driving. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze. You have walls on both sides, traffic, speeding, and according to these chiefs, there are just way too many people in a rush.
And even a small fender bender is a disaster waiting to happen.
Northern Oakland County fire chiefs sounding the alarm about a treacherous stretch of I-75.
Any little upset in the balance causes catastrophic results.
MDOT working on a large-scale project to improve the 15 miles. But that means tighter lanes, fewer ways on and off, and tons of traffic.
If you're going to go off, you're going off into the wall or into the median down into the swamp on the side.
Not to mention speeding.
Yeah, they have the blinking lights. I say mine says 60 and someone says 84.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just yesterday, a 25-year-old was killed in the construction zone after smashing into the shoulder and exiting his car. Fire officials struggling to respond.
It's difficult for us to access. It's difficult for the people that have an incident out there. There's a huge delay.
And to make matters worse, traffic is also being pushed onto local roads, leading to more crashes. This one happening last week off the Grange Hall exit. Driver thankfully surviving. In a statement, MDOT saying it's committed to work zone safety for everyone. MDOT has met with first responders numerous times to discuss emergency access and strategies to improve access throughout the work zone. In the meantime, these chiefs are pushing for more awareness.
So we're trying to get the message out to people. Listen to us, slow down, drive smart.
And there are 3 things these fire chiefs want you to do. First, avoid I-75 if you can. If you do need to use it, drive with caution. And third, if you do get in a crash, stay in your car if it's safe and call 911. And I know the big question, of course, is when is all this going to wrap up here on I-75? And right now, MDOT is planning for November. Reporting live tonight, Lauren Kostick, Local 4.
What an obstacle for so many and for so long. Lauren, thanks for the update on that.
The Wayne County Sheriff's Office wants to remind everyone to stay safe this boating season.
The Sheriff's Office says it has seen more and more wake ordinance violations in recent years. So here are the rules you need to know. Boaters on the Detroit River cannot exceed a slow, no-wake speed within 1,000 feet of just about any shore or any dock in Wayne County, with only a few exceptions. Another big issue, life jackets.
The biggest thing is the life jackets. If there's 5 people on the boat, there should be 5 wearable life jackets on board. And sometimes we see there's only 2 or 3 life jackets on board. That's not enough for everybody. So we'll write the operator a ticket for that.
There you go. As you just heard, every boat needs a life jacket for every single person on board that vessel.
Okay. Well, I guess you can boat in the rain, but really, who wants to?
It wouldn't be very fun.
I know.
Well, I think fishermen sometimes like when it's rain, not thunderstorms, but rain.
It
because
helps try to catch the fish, right?
There you go.
Okay.
I mean, I know nothing about
positive
fishing,
again.
but I'm
There's
sure
another positive. Just hand it to you, Kim.
I'm grasping at straws here, trying to find a bright spot. One good thing is we don't have severe weather tonight. I do have lightning detector on, and you can see it's still at 0. But we do have rain in Metro Detroit, and rain has been falling in the same area for the last couple of hours. So I would imagine there's definitely some street flooding right along I75, M10, I96 in this Plymouth, Canton, even over to Garden City, Wayne and Inkster. I've been looking at this for the last, since, well, it's 6 o'clock, since at least 4 o'clock, since our 4 o'clock show. And the rain's been centered pretty much in this same area for much of the evening. So a little concerned about some street flooding there, especially when you're on the freeway, those outer lanes, you know, you see people hydroplane all the time. That's going to be the situation tonight on some of the freeways. And then other areas, it's just sprinkling or not doing anything at all as we go to northern parts of Macomb County and Oakland County. There's a couple sprinkles around Richmond, and that's about it for Macomb County. Tomorrow, another chance for a few showers. Now, not as heavy as it was today, but it's still chilly with temps only in the mid to upper 50s. Coming up, we'll talk about when we get to the 60s, and our normal is 74. We're going to have to go pretty far in the future before we find that.